Hi there. Let me show you what sketching magic is about. It's about different ways to show your idea. I'm going to show you how I do it. I choose elements I like, and there are so many options, and I keep searching until I find the right piece that I have a thought. That's it. That's exactly the chair or lamp I wanted to have in here. The reason why you need to create a mood board is that you need to see that all your elements are working together. And you see the combination of colors, texture, materials from the start. And that way, you can be sure that every piece will fit organically into your space. So when I speak with the client, I have already experienced the interior before I even seen it in real life, which saves lots of effort, money, time. Please remember, sketch mood boards are great, but they're just tools to show the idea. And along with that, you need to be sure that the floor plan is right. And with every tool you use, you need to continue to update it. Your sketch brings the floor plan to life by adding new dimension, which is height. It shows the angles and sight lines, which you'll see in the real room. And what interior designers do, they just give you a very practical and sensible way to understand what you really want. That's how it works. That's why you need to develop a certain skills yourself or just hire someone with a certain level of experience, uh, talent, vision. Yeah. I'm talking about myself. But seriously, let's start sketching. I'll show you how I do it, and you can also join me on my weekly sketching magic sessions, where you will be able to develop an idea yourself or communicate with your designer by starting an initial conversation with a clear image of what you want.
Okay, first we create the angle, the way we see room. Then we outline every piece of furniture from this angle. For example, for this room, I already know what kind of furniture I'm working with because I created a mood board before I started the sketch to ensure that everything is working together in terms of style and color. I also checked the main measurements to understand that it works proportionally. Next step, I add more details to every surface facing me as an observer. That way I create volume and the illusion of three dimensions. Because now I see space in perspective, I can feel what is missing. You can see it when you're just drawing a floor plan. Here, I want to add a hanging planter, matching the geometry of the other elements in the room. Every time I draw, I check proportions and connection between elements. That's why I need a solid layout. It's an initial scheme, the core of my room design. Now I'm adding color. I'm using simple watercolor. The main thing that you need to do now is outline everything in color to make visible the difference between furniture. I'd like to keep a moderate color scheme for this room, saturated but warm. I mainly work with shadows, creating patterns and textures. This contrast is specifically important for the fireplace because I would like to mix several materials in there: wood, Korean, and plaster. That's why it's important to show the difference in colors. Afterward, when we create a design album, these details will help to identify the right color for the material combination. Now it's time to go more into details, to identify that this is a textile and this is wood. And again, I'm working with shadows, increasing and increasing details. Along with the sketch, I'm creating a color palette next to it with every color I use. That way, I can see colors separately and inside the space. Sort of a spherical view of the color. Then, it's time to work with the background and play with the color of the walls. I want to continue the mirror to the ceiling. That way I can change the geometry of the space and make the wall look taller. When I sketch plants, I don't think of some specific type of plants, but it's more about the shape and color of the leaves. For example, here I'm creating an array of plants, a little hanging garden, and I'm shaping it the same way a sculpture would shape clay. I identify the size and geometry of the leaves, so it's easy to search for real plants with this direction. When all major elements are colored, I add more details in shadows to create a more dramatic image of light and shadow and outline silhouettes and specific details with roller or ball pen. And it's done!
All right. So my final thought would be sketching is not the purpose. The purpose is to feel the right balance within the space. And if you'd like to learn more, see a link in the description below with my sketching magic schedule. I'll see you around. Ciao, ciao.